What's going on, folks? I'm AutoMattock. Today we're going to talk about Meaty Koku, specifically light kick Koku and the EX Koku in the corner. We're going to talk about why it's good, why it's bad. We're going to show you a setup. It's going to look pretty cool, and then we're going to talk about why it's not so good. So, we have this setup here that I typically do with a crouching hard punch that covers both knockdowns. Meaty crouching hard punch has 4 active frames. So I got a different setup now that I discovered specifically for this video to demonstrate what I'm basically the end of it is it's at very best your light kick Koku can be -5 on block, so that's why even though it can cover both knockdowns, I'm not a big fan of it, so allow me to demonstrate. So we got the same setup. I'm gonna dash up, crouching jab, and then Koku from here. That seems amazing, right? And then I'll do the back recovery. Hold up. Wow, incredible! I can cover both knockdowns, right? That's really good. However, if they back recover, that means I will be at the very best even on block. I'm hitting this on the very last active frame. This is, in my opinion, one of the best case scenarios if you're actually doing this with the intention to cover both knockdowns. Even on the back recovery, -5 on the normal recovery. So we're gonna have Ibuki blocking after the first time that I hit it, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Punished. Now, the other situation is pretty good. Distance is great. Actually, in fact, I might be able to do something here with this spacing. But the fact of the matter is that if they normal recover and they just block, I'm punishable by doing this. And this is why I prefer, in this scenario, to use the crouching hard punch. Because I can get a crush counter, and if they block it, I have advantage. I don't have a lot of meaningful advantage with crouching hard punch, but I'm not able to be punished. So that I do like much better in this specific situation. If I'm comparing those two knockdowns with against each other, I think the crouching hard punch stacks up better. So a situation that I would recommend using, or at least considering the light kick Koku as a meaty, is if you're aiming for the no recovery while meeting at least one of the normal or back recoveries. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to show you with the medium kick Koku knockdown. If they wake up with crouching jab here, and I do dash up standing, or excuse me, dash up standing or crouching jab, this will meaty that. I'll get a counter hit, and then so on and so forth. Right? Pretty good setup for pretty good setup for Zeku. So if I do that same setup, and they don't get off the ground, I can then frame kill to do a meaty Koku. Right? And in that case, it's always going to be, that is at least safe, and it leads to something high damaging with that crouching hard punch. And the medium kick Teki, medium kick Koku, you can do EX Teki if you want. I think in that situation, it's pretty good. But it's still not, in my opinion, it might not even be comparable to something like just a crouching jab, which leaves me in throw range. I can confirm off of it if it counter hits. I have more options off of that crouching jab than I would if just the Koku hits and then I'm even on block. Even on block isn't very good as a 4-frame character against a 3-frame character, and even against another 4-frame character, because that just means they can induce a trade if they match on their 4-frame and I match on their 4-frame. So the other situation where Koku might be pretty good is if you use EX Koku. EX Koku seems pretty good. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you this knockdown. It's going to guarantee you frame advantage for both normal and back recovery. And it's off of the light kick Teki, light kick Koku. Just do it immediately. And ideally, you want to do this in the corner. So EX Koku is +1 on block, but since I'm doing it meaty, it's going to be more than +1 on both the normal and back recovery. It's going to be +3 on the normal recovery, and it's going to be 5 more since there's a 5-frame difference. It's going to be +8 on the back recovery. I should be able to get a standing medium punch here. Standing medium punch is 6 frames. That hits it on the same frame, so they're colliding at the same time. So if I do back recovery and I'm +8, I should be able to do crouching hard punch. Magic! Other things. The drawback to this scenario is that if my opponent does nothing, I can still meaty that knockdown, but I wasted the meter. Which is, you know, I guarantee myself a knockdown, but, you know, it's better than being negative on block and as a mentality towards fighting games. So that's it for now. Like and subscribe. I hope you learned something. Let me know what you think in the comments below.